I actually did it.
What have you done?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Sorry, after my last video, the wife was a bit upset, so I've spent the last few nights in the garage. But that's okay, because I'm sleeping next to my car and I can just wake up, look at it any time you want. So yeah. Now I thought I'd just do a quick video, just for new people to E-Series, new E-Series owners, or if you had your car for a while and you just want to do some maintenance, keep it running. I've had this for 22 years, so I can just take you through some of the stuff that I've done just to keep the car on the road, basically. Things to look out for if you are buying one. But yeah, we'll jump straight into it. Now the first thing probably is rust. With these older cars, if you're gonna buy one, or if you have one, you wanna fix the rust, but if you wanna buy one, you wanna look for one without too much rust. And if it does have a bit of rust, well, if you've got it welding, that's fine, but you wanna, get it for a little bit cheaper. So the common places to rust are, well, up in these rear quarters, especially if they've had the guards rolled. Mine are factory. So they actually came with a seal that goes over here, but mine only had one. I took it off. But a lot of people say do take them off because they get dirt and mud stuck under them. Or if they've had their guards rolled and they're sort of up and they start rusting out here, and that's a real problem, because obviously with the rear quarter being the full rear quarter all the way to the roof, it's all one panel, so it's quite difficult to replace that and to do a good job of it, and quite expensive, and it's probably going to cost more than the car to do it professionally. Another spot is the seal panels. Seal panels. You want to see also if they're not too bent. Mine was bent. I bashed it back in, but if they've been put on a hoist or something, and they really shouldn't put it on here because it's just a pinch weld. And mine had been put on a couple of hoists the wrong way. I bashed it all out, and mine aren't too bad, but I don't use that anymore. Even for the scissor jack that the car comes with, I go right under and put it under on the frame. Other common places to rust are probably at the base of the doors. This door isn't too bad, but yeah. In here, mine's got a little bit, which I'm just going to touch up, but it's not all the way through. So this is a little bit of surface rust. These bits here. But yeah, anything. So I've seen some cars that all rust out here, even the hinges and everything, like hardly hanging on. So if they're that bad, then the cars, bits of that you can't see the car are going to be probably really bad. So going to the boot, again, mine's pretty perfect in here, but if you start getting rust in here, then it's probably not good news, because if it's rusting in here, then, and bits you can see in here, then the bits like the seal panel and other bits you can't see are going to probably be really bad. So just check in there. Hopefully it's solid, because that's, again, another kind of difficult place to repair. Unless you're good with the welder, I wouldn't want to try and repair that. Again, in the engine bay, I've seen a lot of cars, for sale online and stuff, and they're just rusted out here. It does puddle a little bit of water on here. As you can probably see, there's the dust, but it's sort of, last time I washed the car, it sort of paddled a little bit. Mine's solid, mine's good, but if it's rusted in there, then yeah, again, you're probably in a bit of trouble. Another thing that I've done, and I'll post the video up here so you can click to watch, but if you want, but take these off. If you've just bought the car, or if you've had the car for a while and you've never taken them off, take these off. There's a few, you got to take the, you flip that little bit off. There's a bolt under there. There's these clips that you got to squeeze. It's a bit of a process taking off. You got to take the wipers off, but getting it under there, because there'll be 29 years in my case of dirt, leaves, dust in there, and when it gets wet, and then there's drains, and if that blocks up with leaves and things, then that's a real issue, and water just will pool in there and end up rusting out. Now I've replaced. I did that to mine. Actually, you can see a little bit of rust sealant there. Mine had a little bit of rust. It actually wasn't too bad. I sanded it back, put some like rust sealer stuff, and I was just peace of mind that that it's nice and clean in there. It's going to drain for now anyway, but you probably should do it every few years really. Any little bit of surface rust, seal it up. That's something, to look forward to. Now, as far as the interior, you'll probably be hard pressed to find one as good as mine. I brag about that, but mine's done 300,000 Ks, but the steering wheel is in perfect nick. So look for that. Mine's getting a little bit tackier on the bump, the horn, or the airbag. It's a little bit tacky just the last few years, but the actual steering wheel's fine. Look, they're not a lot. I mean, no, they probably is hard to find a really good one. You can get them rewrapped, but that's going to be probably $800 or so. The headliner, again, I did a quick video bragging about how my headliner was perfect for, that was a couple of years ago, and for like, at the time, 27-year-old car. And then a few months later, it just a little bit started to sag. And it's amazing. People don't replace them because, you know, it really only costs $200 or $300 to get it professionally put back in place. New headliner. The glue just fails after a while. Just like on the door cards and things, the glue starts failing in there. It's not so bad in this one. This one I've taken off because I'm trying to do some dint repairs, but you can see even in here, the crappy sort of foam and glue they use, it just ends up coming off. And bits come, I sometimes see bits in the car, so just look out for that. You know, your common issues, but yeah, the headliner is definitely one. I mean, not expensive to replace, but something that makes the car look a lot better if it's either in good nick or, you know, it's good to replace it. The radio, mine FM doesn't work, and my button here doesn't work, but just, and personally I like the factory radio, but you know, of course, you know, having a new head unit and Apple CarPlay and whatever you do these days, I don't know what the kids do, but that's obviously a bonus, I guess. Probably if you're buying an E-Series, chances are the brakes will be worn out. The typical E-Series owners leave it to the last minute to replace their brakes. But if you do want to upgrade, look, they're not the best brakes, but you put some good pads, put some drilled and slotted rotors. Yes, they're going to cost a bit more than the factory ones, but I reckon they look a lot better, so that's what I'm going to do when mine are due. Obviously, if you do buy your E-Series, just do the regular maintenance stuff to start with. I'd do spark plugs, full set of spark plugs. I think they're like $6 or $7 each, so what's that, $36, maybe $40 worth of spark plugs. Well worth it. It'll feel a lot better. Obviously oil change, probably auto flush. Mine's due for an auto flush. I want to do that soon. I'm just trying to see if I can borrow a hoist or something. I hate doing stuff on the ground, but probably to do that. Diff, I don't know if does anyone actually change the diff oil, but I probably should do that. Mine seems to be pretty tight. I got an LSD, obviously standard in my XR6, 3, 4, 5 gears. But that could probably do with a flush as well. But definitely oil, coolant, make sure there's no leaks and stuff. Yeah. This misfiring, yeah, definitely spark plugs. I'll do that first, then leads. That takes a bit more, just because you have to go, they all go up, and then underneath you probably need a hoist to do it properly. I bought a whole lot of leads once. I was going to do it myself, and then worked out it was too hard. And then the mechanic, I don't know why I did it, because they are numbered. Well, they should be numbered. See, number 1. Just, you always got to make sure you put them back in the right spot, because that could be a catastrophe. But he put the lift up and then put back down for each one, just to make sure he got it in the right order. But I don't know why he did that, because they are numbered. They should be numbered. But yeah, just replace that. Replace the coolant. Do a full coolant flush, because just in case it's running warm, there's a whole lot of crap in there. Obviously the battery, chances are, just like me, mine's 5 years old now, but so she's running fine as long as I drive like once a week. It's fine. But I left it for 3 weeks. If you watched the video before, yeah, it went a bit flat, but I jump started and it's fine now. But yeah, spark plugs. If you want to see a video on spark plugs, how to change them, pretty easy. But I'll put a link up here. Go watch that video. Again, same with oil flush. Quite self-explanatory, but if you want to see my video on how to do your oil flush, I'll put my video up here. Thing with, I guess, the interior. If you've got front electric windows, which most cars did, I think just about all of them, or at least Futuras and above, had electric windows, at least in the front, if not the back as well. They're good in a way, but you'll probably, unless they've been replaced, chances are you might need at some stage a new electric window regulator. So I did the driver's side and the passenger side each in the last 3 or 4 years. So I don't know, I think that was the first time it actually needed replacing, which is pretty good, I think, because I had to drill out the pop rivets. So yeah, I mean, I'll put a video up here. This is how I did mine. You got to drill out the pop rivets, but yeah, watch the video if you need to do that on your car. Watch that. One minor issue I have with mine is the locks just cycling. They go up and down, just cycle up and down forever. Check that when you're buying a car. Otherwise, you'll just need to replace the lock actuators. But yeah. Another issue mine's got is the window tint bubbling up. So I've taken this side all off. So I'll put a video up here on how I took that off, leaving it out in the sun and getting it all moist and everything. So watch that video if you want to know how to take your own window tint off. Again, the exhaust, normally people, E-Series owners put cheap exhaust on their car. You can't really buy a stainless one off the shelf, so you got to do a custom. But so the chance that it's probably, there's a good chance it could be rusted out like mine is, and I'm about to replace mine. But and I'll show you how to do that in probably the next video. But yeah, check the exhaust. So this is just to trying to get money off. You know the seller. You say, oh look, I need to spend $400 on a new exhaust or whatever. Just things like that. Paint. Look, generally the plastic parts will have a bit of clear peel. That's why I took the spoiler off to fix that. But yeah, some of my door handles, the paint, the steel panels are all pretty good. It's just a few parts, yeah, a little bit on the plastic parts. But yeah, look, you're probably not going to get a perfect car unless it's just had a respray. But that, I do wonder when cars have just a cheap, closed door respray, why do they have that? Like, was it involved in a bit of a crash, and was it just a $2,000 quick closed door respray? Is the clear going to fail? Or anyway, there's things to look at, things, just potential issues the car might have, and potential, how to get a bit of money off a car when you're looking to buy one. Other than that, they're quite a solid car. They'll get you from A to B. They're pretty fuel efficient. They're comfortable. I mean, I'd buy another one any day. I would love an EF XR6, XR8. We'll see. I'm also looking at Hollands and things at the moment. My dream Monaro, if I can sort of afford one. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching another video.